Hello everyone. In this very video, we are going to be looking at Python collections. Okay, so let me write that quickly. Okay, so now what are Python collections? We can call them containers in Pythons we use to collect data. They are containers which we use to collect data. Okay, and there are four actually collection data types. There are four of them. The first one is called list. Okay, the second one is called tuple. The third one is called set, and the fourth one is called dictionary. Okay, but in this video we are going to be looking at lists. That's what we are going to be considering in this video. Okay, so what is a list? A list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. Okay, so I write that down. A list is a collection which is ordered, O-R-D-E-R-E-D, and changeable. So that means you can change the elements of a list. Okay, now I want to give an example of a list now, but we should know that in Python a list is written with square brackets. Square brackets, and I'm going to give us an example now. So a good example, let's say we have this. I want to give an assignment. Let's say we have my list equal to, whenever you see the equal sign, it is assignment, you are assigning. So since it's a list, we are dealing here with a square bracket. That's a square bracket. Then let me make the members of the list to be strings. So we have apple, we have you separate with a comma, we have apple, we have banana, then we have cherry. Then we can close our list. Okay, so let's see. This list contains three elements. The three elements it contains here, each of them are all strings. How do you know a string? The quote there. A string can either contain a single quote, double quote, or triple quote. Now this is assignment, so meaning that my list is equal to this list. Remember, it is called a list because of the square bracket. Now, if we say print my list, okay, print my list, then close the bracket. Now let's see what the Python will return us now. Did you see that? It returns your list. Okay, so Python says that as list. Now the first thing we are going to be looking at, the next thing we'll be looking at is how to access items in Python. Accessing items in Python. On the other way around, you can also call it indexing. If you went through my class for strings, you must know what indexing is. Now in indexing now you assign numbers to each member of the list. You assign numbers. So if we take the example above, that's my list equal to apple, this and that. So it means that apple will be assigned a number let me put this. Apple will be assigned the number 0. Okay. Apple will be assigned the number 0. Then banana will be assigned the number 1. Okay. Banana will be assigned the number 1. Then cherry will be assigned the number 2. Sorry, cherry spelling. Okay, will be assigned the number 2. So 0, 1, 2. Okay, that is indexing. When you are indexing, when you are assigning numbers, you start with 0 all through to n minus 1. Okay, so now let's say, for example, considering let me use an example here. Let's say we have my list again. Okay, but this time around I'm going to change it. It's going to be numbers. My list equal to, I will use my square bracket. Then I have, let's use numbers instead of string, because the list can contain strings. The list can also contain numbers. So let's say 1, or let me say A, B, C. Oh no. To use ABC means I must represent it as string. So let's do that. A, string A, okay, the string containing A, then string containing B, okay, then string containing C, okay, then string containing D, okay, then string containing E, sorry. Okay, so we have this, then we can close with our square bracket, which is a list. Okay, so we have this. Now this, my list has been assigned value, this list, and inside is our strings containing A, B, C, D, E. Now if I want to, let's say, do this, you can say print my list, then this, remember indexing. So if I say print my list 1, we know what to expect. Okay, so print my list 1, indexing 1. So which number is assigned 1? Remember, A there is 0. That's assigning number 0. You start from 0. B is 1. So I'm expecting B to be the answer. So let's see what the program will give us. B. Did you see that? B is the answer. In the same way, even if I don't use print, I just say my list, then I have this. No, sorry. I have from 2 to 5. Now remember that when you have something like this, it means the range from 2 to 5, but you won't include the fifth one. So if you number A, B, and C, you see that A is 0, B is 1, C is 2. So I will start with 2, then D is 3, then E is 4, then end with 4. So I expect to get C, D, and E. So let's see. Okay, you see? And that is giving me an error. So let's rewrite it this way. Print, open bracket, my list. Then we have 2, 5, which I've explained what that is. So let's see. Okay, there is a problem here. Okay, let's put this, my list. Trying to find out where the problem is. My list 2, then 4. Okay. Okay, print my list. Two, 4, and okay, I close the bracket. Oh, still giving me the same thing. I'm trying to find out what the problem is. Oh, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. It should be a colon if I need to do that. That means I should have this. My list 2, then colon 5. Sorry about that. Please, really sorry. Okay, so let's see. Did you see that? It returns your list containing C, D, and E. Okay, so it should be a colon, not a comma. I've been using comma all the while, so sorry for that. Okay, so let's see another thing again apart from this, which is what we call negative index. Negative indexing. Now, negative indexing now is, using going from right to left. In normal indexing, we number from left to right. That means from 0 upwards. But in negative indexing, we count from right to left. That means we number from right to left. And you start with -1. I want to give an example here. Let's use the same list. Let me rewrite that. We have my list equal to, then we have our list. We have this A. Then we have B. Then we have C. Then we have D. Then we have E. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's say my list is equal to this. This is our list. Now in negative indexing, now remember we say you start from left to right. In my next video, I'll try to see how I can make writing available so that you can get to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, but for now, we can see that E from the right there, we have the index -1, will be assigned number -1. Remember, negative index, you count from right to left, from the last to the first. So that's -1. That means D is -2, C is -3, B is -4, A is -5. So meaning that if I now have something like this, watch please. If I have my list -1, let's see, -1. So let's say -1, then we'll close our bracket. What do we expect? We expect just E. Did you see that? So let's see my list -2, -2. Okay, I close my bracket. What do you expect? D. Did you see that? Let's see another, my list -3. Okay. My list -3. So what do you expect? C, and so on and so forth. So meaning that if I should be asked to write out the output for this, let's say -4, -4, then colon -2. So let's say we have this. Now we can guess right. You look at that there, it means from -4. -4 is actually B. Okay, so -4, that means I'm going to write out numbers. The answer should be writing out numbers from -4 to, remember, to a number before -2, which is -3. So it should be B. I'm expecting to get B and C in B exactly. Okay, so that is quite interesting. That is indexing in list. Now, the same way, if I want to, you should also remember that even if I want to, if I have something like this, my list, then my close bracket, let's say 2, then colon, then now close the bracket, nothing there. It means from 2 to the end. So your 2 is C, that's 0, 1, 2, okay? So what do you expect? C, D, E. In the same way, if I say my list, watch this please. I open my bracket and I have -3, okay? -3, I put my colon, then I close my bracket. What am I getting? Did you see that? Exactly what we expect from -3 upwards. That means C, D, and E. In the same way, if you have my list, let's say we just have a colon here, and we have 3. What does that mean? It means it's going to count from 0 to 2. Remember, from 0 to 2. So 0 is A, B is 1 is B, B is 1, C is 2. So I'm expecting to get A, B, C. So let's see what we have here. A, B, C. I want to believe that this is clear. This is really clear enough. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to be looking at is loop through a list. Okay. Is loop through a list. And before we look at that, let's see how to change an item in a list. Remember, the elements of a list is changeable. Okay, so we want to see how to change an item in a list. So how do we do that? Let's assume I have my list. Let's see an example here. My list, or let me use something else. Let's say X now is equal to, I have my list. Let me say man, okay, man, woman, boy. Okay, I have to put my string. They're all strings, so boy. Remember, list can also contain numbers, but I'll come to that. Okay, let's say girl. Oh, good. Then I close this. So my X is equal to, my X is a list, man, containing 4 different strings. So this is what we have. And if I say X1, we know what to expect. The number the string that should be assigned the number 1 is woman. Because remember, the first is 0. It starts with 0. Assignment of number starts with 0. So 0, 1. So woman is 1. And what do we have? Woman. Now, but I can change the value for the woman. Okay? And how do I do that? Very simple. I can say X, watch, 1, because 1 there represents woman. Okay? Then equal to, let me say a string, grand, let me use mother. Okay, so look at this, X1 equal to mother. Whenever you see this, it means I want to change an element there. So in place of woman there, I can introduce mother. So you see, this is assigned already, such that if I click X now to tell me what, did you see that? Woman has been changed to mother. This is interesting. So X now has a new value, man, mother, boy, girl. Let's try another one with numbers. Let me say Y is equal to a list. Let me use 10, 25. You know, you don't give a space. Let me say 50. Let me say 150. Okay, so when you click enter, Python now sees that you have assigned y to 10, 25, 50, 150. Now it can be as long as, so such that if I ask y, I'm going to get the same thing, 10, 25, 50, 150. Do you understand that? Okay, so if I want to exchange a number, let's say I want to exchange 150, and instead of 150 I want to put 70 to replace 150. What do I do here? First of all, I look for the index, the number that should be assigned to 150. The number 10 there should be assigned 0. That's the first number is assigned 0. The second number 25 is assigned 1. The third number 50 is assigned 2. The fourth number 150 is assigned 3. So what will I do? So I say y, then we have this bracket 3, okay? That's to tell you this is what I want to change. Equal to, what number do I want to change it with? We want to change it with 70. So I do this. Python reads that. So Python reads this, understands this as changing the number that has index 3, which is 150, changing it, to 70. So such that if I ask y, what will I get? 10, 25, 50, 70. This is interesting. In the same way, if I say print y, these are different ways you can give Python command. If I say print y, I get the same thing. Thank you very much. I'm going to be stopping here for now. We will continue on list in our next class. Have a nice day. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, to get updates for our classes. Have a nice day.